This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
It's a great zchus to be in Livorno at the Kever of HaChacham HaShalem, Hadayan HaMetsuyan, Harav HaMuvak V'HaMekubal HaLaiki, Rabbi Yitzchak Attia. Rabbi Yitzchak Attia, the son of Harav HaKadosh, Rabbi Shaya, who is a student of the Chacham Rabbi Yehuda Katzin, who is niftar in Taf Kuf Tzadi, that's 1830, and we don't know the day of his ptira. It was established to be the 2nd of Adar. It says, Hisher Achrav Sfarav, he left over Sfarim, Zera Yitzchak, and other Sfarim. Well, he wrote quite a few of Sfarim. He wrote Zera Yitzchak al HaTorah, Vayikra Yitzchak al HaTorah, Zuchus Avos on Perkei Avos, Roiv Dagan on Shas, Ton of Shayer, which is Chidushim on many topics, Mishari Smoisha on the Rambam. He has a Chidush in the Mishari Smoisha that what if one is frightened that if one does not embarrass their friend Barabim, they will be killed? Is one chayiv to be killed not to embarrass someone Barabim? So he says, no, one is not mechuyev to be killed, but one is allowed to be killed. He wrote a sefer Ishes Chayil, Pnei Hamayim on Rashi and Rav Leo Mizrachi, Ois L'Toiva, which are Chakiros in Halacha, Doireish Toiv, Drashos, and Ekev Anava on the Midah of Anava. Rabbi Yitzchak Attia, he was born in Chalav, in Aleppo, to his father Rabbi Shaya, and he also learned by Rabbi Yehuda Katzin. He married Leah, and he had 3 daughters. 2 of them died in the life of their mother, who was nifter from a difficult machla. The 3rd one, who remained, was nifter after the mother, after a short while. And then he married Sabatia, the daughter of the Chacham Avram Satahon, and he had many children, many sons and daughters. Rabbi Yitzchak was lay ill from a magefa in the year Taf Kuf Nun Aleph, 1791 and 1792, and for 6 months he was close to, he was tied to his bed, and he lost one of his sons during that magefa. Now, in Taf Kuf Pei Beis, in the year 1822, he lost his son Moshe in an earthquake. Now, it's amazing, Rabbi Yitzchak Attia, we have a correspondence with him and the Chida. So, look in Shal Chuvas Yosef Oimetz, Siman Kuf Daled. We have a tshuva from Rabbi Yitzchak Attia to the Chida, Reb Chaim Yosef David Azulai. And now, Rabbi Yitzchak Attia came to Livorno. It was a trip that took 7 years to come from Aleppo to Livorno. And in his trip, he traveled through Eretz Yisrael. He visited Tzfas and Tiberia. He went through Mitzrayim and from there to Livorno. He stayed in Livorno for 5 years, waiting for the publication of his Sfarim, and Rabbi Yitzchak Attia is buried here in Livorno. Very interestingly, Rabbi Yitzchak Attia writes in his Sefer, the Sefer Zuchus Avos on Perkei Avos, that talks about Einoi Doimeh, one who learns and does chesed, to someone who just learns Torah alone. The Gemara tells us, Rav Huna, in the name of Rav Acha, how do we know that someone who has a son who's Yogeh b'Torah, that one is full of rachmim on the son? The pasuk says, B'ni im chacham libcha yismach libi gamani. Reb Shimon Menasya says, I only know the father of flesh and blood has mercy on his son. How do we know even HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Malei Rachmim on this person? Therefore the pasuk ends, Yismach libi gamani. Says Rabbi Yitzchak Attia, it is known that it's not comparable, one who learns Torah and does chesed, to someone who just learns Torah. Like we find in many places in Shas, that the maila of someone who learns and does chesed is far superior. This is what Rav Huna means. How do we know that someone who has a son who's Yogeh b'Torah, meaning only Torah, and he doesn't have Gemilas Chasadim, how do we know that one is Mismali Rachamim? Because even though the son is not fully deserving of this, because he's not Oisek b'Chesed, that's the pasuk, B'niyim Chacham Libcha. Therefore the Gemara continues, but maybe only the father of flesh and blood has mercy, but maybe HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself, who is not pleased with such a person, because Chazal say, someone who's Oisek b'Torah Bilvad, Doime K'mi She'en Lo Yaloika. And therefore, Reb Shimon Nasi adds, even HaKadosh Baruch Hu will be Mismali Rachmim on such a person. Writes Rabbi Yitzchak Attia in Zuchos Avos Perek Vav, page Kuf Samach Vav. It was published in Livorno in 1821. So, Zechusay Yagein Aleinu Va'al Kol Yisrael. Amen.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.